Hello folks, just doing you another little t-shirt video. Sharon's just going to fulfill a few orders, so what we got here, Sharon?
A Le Mans bike.
Right, you're doing a motorbike t-shirt, are you? Okay. So what we do, we get the orders come through PayPal. I won't hold it too near, I don't want you to see the people's addresses. The people orders come through PayPal, we print out the orders there, as you can see there's a few there. And Sharon then pulls the graphics off of our printer and our craft cutter, and she then applies it to whatever colour t-shirt. We normally only deal with white and black. Okay, so she just pulls that up off with a protective sheet, and this is a hot peel product, these papers we use, and she'll give it a little stretch out and just lay it on the counter there so we can have a quick look. A lot of people are unsure about transfer printing because they don't think that the transfers actually look any good, or they might crack and fade. Well, these are absolutely superb. The colours are very vivid, there's no line around the edge there. As you can see, we've just printed this one off there. Colours are very, very good, as I say, and you know, you got to see these to believe them, and they do stretch lovely. Look at that, look, this has only just gone on there. So yeah, now she just takes that one and she folds it up. She does it her own way. I did buy a special tool to do this, as you probably remember, but Sharon, being Sharon, likes to do it her own way, and to be honest with you, she's actually good at it, so who am I to tell her what to do when it's her little business what she runs. There we go, nicely folded. So handy to have these little drawer systems there, which we've got. As I say, we've got everything in one place where we need it, and she can put her hand literally in this little space here on exactly what she needs to do the job. So in the t-shirt goes into a bag. That is a seal lock bag basically. We buy these off of eBay. What's the size of these ones, Sharon? Is it 9x13 or something? I can't remember.
10x14.
10x14 these ones are, and that just seals the bag. And then what she'll do then, she'll put that bag in a packaging bag, which is this one down here. Again, everything's at hand, as you can see. So that is just a different coloured one, and as I say, they've got self-adhesive strips on them which they just seal up. Oh, she's just done another one here, sorry. So she prints all her t-shirts out first, then she packages them up afterwards. As you can see, another white t-shirt, this one. The white ones and black are the most popular, although you can use different transfer papers. You need to use different transfer papers for different coloured t-shirts. In other words, the papers we use for the white t-shirts is a different paper than we use for the black t-shirts, and the simple reason being for that is that you can't print a white ink from normal household domestic printers, so that's the reason you need the actual white transfer paper. It is actually white backed. So that's that. She's also got a couple of DVDs there which we also sell as well, which she packages up as well. And she's now moving along to the mug press. She's going to do another ceramic mug now. Again, this is a totally separate business, as I've told you before. This system over here is a totally different set of inks than what we use for printing on the t-shirts. So if you're going to do mugs and t-shirts, the mugs we use sublimation ink, and t-shirts we use a certain type of standard ink, which is probably normal inks that you would probably find in your printers, but we have a bulk ink set up so that we can get them a lot cheaper, because the cost of inks can be actually ridiculous. So she's just lining up on the mug now. Again, it's all normally she does it by eye, but it's probably because I'm filming her she's doing it.
No, it's one of the lines.
Oh right, okay, yeah, because what happens is with this image we've got here, for example, let's just hold it up, Sharon. With this image here, we've got, as you can see through the paper, we have a line going around the border, for example. So if you don't actually make sure that that line, or these lines top and bottom, are actually lined up with the top line of the mug all the way around, it's going to show, it's going to look visible. So she just double checks with a piece of tape there. A lot of our other mugs have just got the image without any border around them, so you know, you're not too critical there for putting in it's not too critical for getting it absolutely spot on, although really that's what you're looking for, obviously. So this is where a lot of people go wrong. We've put the mug in the press now, and as you can see, the temperature actually dives down. We have to get that temperature back up to 200 degrees. So that's normal. That's when we normally start counting. So a lot of people start the timer now, and then they wonder why that the mug comes out faint, and it sort of the image isn't very vivid as it should be. So as soon as you put a cold mug into a hot press, it will cool down the element, and that shows in your actual temperature display there. So once that temperature is up to 200 degrees again, 200 degrees centigrade, then we switch on the timer and do our 180-second or 3-minute countdown. So that's very important, as I say, because as you can say, it takes a good minute or so for it to get back up to temperature again. So if you aren't waiting for if you ain't starting this off at the right temperature, which is 200 degrees, and then counting your 3 minutes, then you're obviously going to have a problem. As I say, this is all a little area, and as you're probably aware as well, we also do vinyls. So these are vinyls which we can apply to black or white or any coloured t-shirts vinyls, because all you're doing there is cutting out shapes. So let's just take you over to, this is the craft cutter which we're using now. We've got the new, as you can probably see there, it's a Silhouette Cameo craft cutter. This is brand new, where we used to have the Craft Robo. Still a very good cutter, to be honest with you, so don't worry if you've got a Craft Robo. Craft Robo is absolutely fine for doing this job. And let me just open up the Craft Silhouette Cameo software. One problem we did have was transferring all of our files from the Craft Robo, which are GSD files I think, onto Silhouette Cameo software, but we have managed to do most of them, but some of them I've had to redo basically. So all we basically do is over here we choose the printer settings. Well, we're using at the moment for this one A4 paper, and as you see, it automatically sizes the A4 sheet. That's the carrier sheet there, which if you look here, this is the carrier sheet, which is showing on the screen there. So that goes into the Craft Robo that way, and it's this tool that you attach either your vinyl to or your transfer paper. This has just got a protective sheet on the moment because this is actually tacky, so that holds on your craft t-shirt transfer paper or your vinyl, so we just leave that under there. So all we would do would be to open an existing image, let's say for example in the GSD files that we have for the Craft Robo, and let's say for example I don't know, let's choose this one. I don't know what this is, but it'll open it up. As you can see, that's the arrow, so you would stick your transfer paper on that way around, and then you would send the image to the printer there, the print tab, as you can see there. That would print the image out on that printer there. As I say, this can do A4 or A3 paper, but we've got it set up for A4 at the moment with our bulk ink set up there, as you can see. So we'd print the image out, but before we print the image out, you'd want to make sure that the this little icon up there, if I just click on it, it says show registration marks. Now if I uncheck the box, if you look there, all the registration marks disappear. There's no marks around the page. So I'll just recheck it again, and what that does there, it puts little registration marks on the page, so that when you print there's a little line there, a little black line there, and a little black line this end, and a little square box there basically. Just going to take the mug out now. It's red hot, that mug, don't forget it's up to 200 plus degrees. So she's just going to pull off the cover, and if we can just have a close look at that mug, as you can see a lovely shiny surface on that. Lines are nice and straight, and that mug has just got to cool down in either its own time, which I normally put them under the cold tap. Sharon just leaves them on the side there to cool down. And there you go. Let's have a look at it. Oh, that is hot. Nice lovely vivid colours, as you can see, lovely and smooth. And there you go, that's a nice mug there. So that's the mug printing business, and again that's tied up with its own printer there obviously, and its own laptop there. So but going back over to here, so yeah, all we would do, we would click the print icon there, that would print out on the printer there. Once we've got that A4 sheet of paper, we would stick it onto the carrier sheet in that orientation. It shows you there, the little arrows at the bottom, there's a little arrow. We'd pull this off and then we'd stick it on there, and we'd then feed it into the Craft Robo cutter under these rollers there, and then we'd press the cut button there, which is the one next to that one. We've already put the cut lines around this, as you can probably see there. We just go around the actual item like that. There's different ways to do that in this software. I won't show you that in this video, but there's different ways to achieve the cut lines around there. There are plenty of tutorials on YouTube for showing you how to work the Silhouette Cameo. I'm not fully 100% up on it yet. It's a new machine. I've been doing other things, but as I say, at the moment you can use this little icon up there where it says draw a polygon, where you can click on that, and then you can basically go around an item, whatever it is, by just dragging, clicking and dropping all the way around. Let's say this was some words I was going around, clicking and dropping, and then go back to the last one, and that would be a cut line. So if that was if I was going around this one, for example, this one, I'd go literally all the way around, as you can see what I'm doing there. I'm not doing this neatly obviously because I'm just showing you in a demonstration. You want to be inside that red line as well, by the way. That is the A4 sheet of paper. So let's just say I kept going round and round, clicking and dropping, clicking and dropping, clicking and dropping, clicking and dropping, and then back to the original one, double click to break it off, and that's a cut line. So when I fed that into the machine, that sheet of A4 paper, that cut line, the cutter would actually cut around that line. That's the easiest way to do it. There are other ways to create cut lines by using this icon up there to open the trace window, and then you select the traced area. Let's say, for example, I drag the mouse across there, for example, and just move it up a bit. I want for that one, and everything in there in yellow would be a trace, but you just take off the high pass filter and then move the threshold up, and basically everything in yellow would be cut out. But I'm not too sure on this one yet. As I say, there are ways you can trace the outer edge only, if you can see there. It says trace the, because all you'd want really would be to trace the outer edge there. So different ways to do it. The first way I've just shown you there is a straightforward way using the polygon tool there, and that will mean that you can just drag and drop an item around the outside. Anyway, that was a little bit into our little printing business again. I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please watch for further ones and have a look at our previous videos on t-shirt printing and also the mug printing business as well. Thanks very much and see you soon.